Hi viewers, in this video I am going to discuss about loops in Java. This is part 2 from JDeveloper World. In this video we are going to discuss about for loop and for each loop in detail. We already discussed about while loop and do while loop in previous videos. While loop we discussed about continue break statements and do while loop, and then in this video I am going to discuss about for loop and for each loop. See part 2. For loop. Here this is the syntax of for loop. For loop contains three statements: initialization part, boolean expression part, increment or decrement part. Before executing for loop, it will initialize the statements here, like int I equal to 0, k equal to 0. It will do some initializations here, and then it will verify boolean expression. If it is true, it will enter into this programming logic part, and then we execute this programming logic, and then it goes to this increment part. Either it will increment or decrement based on here. If I give I++, it will increment. If I give I minus, it will decrement. Like this, 1, 2 and 3, these three steps will repeat until the termination condition returns false. Until this return false, it will iterate programming logic. Once when it is false, it will exit from the loop. Initialization once before executing for loop, and then boolean expression 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that to execute. It iterates until the condition fails. This is for loop flowchart. You see, this is initialization part before entering into loop. Here it is initialization part, and then condition. It will verify boolean expression. If I greater than 0 or I less than 10, we will have some boolean expression logic here. So if this condition is true, it will enter into loop code block. If this condition is true, this code will execute code block, and then it will increment here, either increment or decrement, and then again verifies condition. Like this loop will iterate like this until the condition fails. This will execute in this order: condition, code, increment, condition, code, increment. Like condition fails, it will exit from for loop. This is the flow of for loop. We'll see how it works in Eclipse. Here I have a class for loop demo with the main method, and here I am going to write one for loop. I am declaring an integer int I equal to 0, and then for loop I am giving semicolons like this. Here I need to write some boolean expression I less than 10, for example, and open brace, close brace. I am printing I. And some space. I am printing I, and then I am incrementing. This is what we did in while loop. While loop, what we will do? Initially we will do some initialization before for loop and before while loop, and here we will do some condition, and then we will do some logic here and we will increment here. The same way we will do in while loop also. So if I execute this, it is printing 0, 1, 2, 3 until 9. It is printing. Here I am incrementing. Initially it is 0 until I less than 10. It will print I value like this. So while loop we simplify to for loop like this. We can remove this I++ and we can keep here. And also we can remove this initialization part and copying here. So like this, if I do like this, this line and this line of code reduced in for loop. Execute this 0, 1, 2, 3 till 9 is printing. This is the initialization part, boolean expression part, and then incremental part. In reverse also we can do. I am giving 10, I greater than 0, I minus minus. Okay. Initialize it to 10. If I less than 0, then execute this, and I am decrementing for each and every iteration. See, 10, 9, 8 until 1 it is printing. This is the way we use for loop. We'll see how we are going to initialize an array, constructing an array, and printing an array using for loop. Int and declaring an array of size 10. Okay. New int of I have an array of A of size 10, and I want to initialize values in this array. Int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, I am incrementing, and I am passing value into array of I equal to, and transform value I. I am passing value I, or else I can use something like star 10. Okay, and here what I did, I constructed an array with size 10, and I am iterating that array, A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, and then I am passing these value I star 10, 1 into 10 to 10 multiplies of 10. I am passing into this array, and then I am printing this array. Same array, here I initialize, and then I am printing here. 0, I less than, we will have a method called a.length, array.length. This method gets the size of an array. Length until the size, until the array size is here 10. Until the size is 10, it will iterate this way. And I am printing this array. A of I. Only some space. See here, I passed some values into this array A, and then here I am printing that array. See, multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. These values I passed and I printed using for loop. Here we learned this new method length. This length returns a.length, some array dot length, it returns size of the array. Like this, we will use effectively for array initializations, array iterations, use for loop effectively. We will see how we are going to use for each loop. For each loop, this is the syntax of for each loop. See, here I have for open brace, close brace, and curly braces, and some programming logic. Suppose if I pass an array variable here, if it contains 10 objects of integer type, I will give integer data type here, int a. Means it will iterate this array and it will pass one by one to this variable. All the values one by one to this variable. Instead of array, we can use many collections like array list, hash map. Either we have so many collections in Java. We will discuss later about these collections in detail. As of now, suppose if I have an array, I use array, string array or int array, I can iterate using for each loop very easily. Simplest way to iterate an array or collection. It is simpler than for loop. Normal, regular routine for loop we discussed, right? Compared to that, for each loop is very simple to iterate an array or collection. We will see how it works in Eclipse. Here I have initialized an array like this, and I am printing using for loop. Here I am using initialization, length of an array, and incrementing. This and all I am doing. I am commenting this, and I am using for each loop. For each. Here syntax is I need to declare a data type to array. I have all integer values in this array. Okay, and I need to pass. See, this is an array, and one by one I am passing to k. All the values from array, one by one I am passing to k of type int, and I am printing. Printing k. See here, I didn't even initialize anything like this, and I didn't even do any increment operation like this. Simply I declared a data type of elements, integer data type int k, and then array object. The object to iterate, array object I am giving, and I am iterating like this. This looks simpler than regular for me. This is printing like this. This is very simple. If you compare with this regular family. To iterate an array of collections, we use this for each loop. This is more effective and more simple. You see what is an infinite loop. For loop, if I give nothing, I am not giving anything. Semicolons I am giving. And I am printing some value. Means by default it returns here true. There is no initialization, there is no increment operator. It will return always true. Means it never fails. It gives infinite loop only. Execute this. One more thing I am going to discuss about, one is infinite loop. Suppose if I do not give anything like this, I didn't even give any initialization or boolean expression or increment operation. By default, it returns true always. If I do not give any boolean expression, it returns true always. So if it is true always, then condition never fails. So it leads to infinite loop to me. I am printing something, some string I am printing. This string I am going to print infinite number of times. I will do this. See, this is printing continuously. Thanks for watching the video.